Y'all know I'll be looking out for y'all when I break out the KY for you.
I finally found what I'm missing, and now you got all my attention. Driving me wild, got me wishing that you were all mine. You're irresistible, so refreshing. You're irresistible, tell the essence. I can feel your energy all over me. Close my eyes and I breathe in. You're irresistible.
Welcome back to Carolina Fragrance Reviews. I'm your host, Cam. And yes, we are going over K and Y. We are going over Dolce & Gabbana K and YSL Y. Why? Because I feel that there are stunning resemblances between these two, and which one do I think is better? I like both of them.
K.
But to get things started, I gotta give a shout out to my man Carlos over at BFL. He just recently uploaded a review on DNGK, and while he and I were FaceTiming the other night, he was like, is there anything you want to try? And this happened to be one of them I wanted to try. Carlos, thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. This is a lit fragrance. Dolce & Gabbana has been off my radar for quite some time because they haven't really put out much that has impressed me personally. That doesn't mean that they put out a bunch of bad fragrances, just the one EDP was like the last really solid fragrance release that they put out, in my personal opinion. I also did like the Light Blue Sun. That was also a nice flanker on that because they had put out some terrible flankers on Light Blue, in my personal opinion. This has a crown on it, and it is worthy for a king. Honestly, I am very impressed with this. But yes, it did immediately remind me of YSL Y. So what I did is I put these two head to head, rotating back and forth for a week just to see which one did the most damage in a good way. Okay, as far as versatility goes, on both of these fragrances, I would say they are both highly versatile for year-round. The K has a little bit more depth, but it actually reminded me a little bit of the Y Eau de Parfum. This is the EDT because I prefer the EDT personally over the EDP. There was something in the EDP that just did not agree with my nose. It smelled great on other people, but it irritated me for some reason. I don't know if it was the sage in it. I'm not sure what it was, but it just did not completely agree with me, so I just went back to the original. I actually traded the EDP to get the EDT back. Let's talk about the compliment factor on this, okay, versus the Y.
Why?
Y is a safe bet. It is a beautiful fragrance. It's just not super sexy. Now, I know a lot of the ladies love the EDP in the Y. There's something about K that is very sexy and has pulled a lot of compliments. Before I go over the notes, sometimes when you're looking up the notes, they conflict. Just wherever you may be looking at. I actually went to Dolce & Gabbana. The only notes they had listed for this were zesty citruses, sparkling blood orange, pressed Sicilian lemon, and juniper berries. Another source had the notes listed as Mediterranean citrus, blood orange, Sicilian lemon, amber, clary sage, and geranium. Now, I don't know if Dolce & Gabbana was cutting us short because I definitely get clary sage in here. And some of those other notes, but you know, sometimes they can be tucked in. But it has a lot of depth. It's very sexy. I would say that this is very versatile, can be worn year-round, special occasions, kicking it in your khakis and t-shirt, whatever.
K.
Now let's get to the performance on this. For what it is, a really nice, well-rounded and balanced freshie, I'm getting like 7.5 hours of performance, which is really, really good. The price point on K is not that bad either, starting out at $72 up to $96 for the 3.3. I actually saw a 3.3 on eBay for like 70 bucks. So that's not bad. If you shop around, you can find good deals, or you can just sample it. You can go to today's sponsor, go to www.myfragrancesamples.com, enter our discount code CFR15, get 15% off of your purchase, get a free sample with your sample, lightning fast shipping. Go to www.myfragrancesamples.com, try out K and Y. So being that I had this as a versus video, let me talk a little bit about why.
Why?
Because it's in here. K did remind me of Y. They do not smell identical. They're in the same wheelhouse. The notes on Y are white aldehydes, bergamot, ginger, sage, geranium, violet leaf, ambergris, incense, fir balsam, cedarwood, and musk. If I had to pick one out of the two, even though I love YSL Y, I would have to lean with Dolce Gabbana K. Because of the complement factor. You're gonna get about the same performance, same projection, very close price point, very close as far as the note breakdown, and versatility. You're gonna be same pretty much across the board. The one thing that nudges this one out, well, let's say two things. I do like how the Y is cut out right here, but K has a crown. I think that is a very cool looking bottle. I don't have one yet, but I wouldn't go on presentation for fragrance over fragrance. Complement factor is what would make the difference for me. With the compliments that I have received for K, it would slightly nudge out Y. Either one are safe bets, but if you want the crazy compliments, go with Dolce & Gabbana K. That's gonna wrap it up for today's episode, getting a little bit of K and a little bit of Y. If you enjoyed today's content, and if you're not subscribed to Carolina Fragrance Reviews, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you activate that notifications bell. Leave us some comments down below. Make sure you smash that like button, and we'll see you next time on Carolina Fragrance Reviews.